Alright. Maybe this'll function. Let's find out if it's actually functioning. I probably should have done that during the beginning. But, you know, I'm not practical at all. Okay, sorry. That was just a bunch of phone clicky, crap that I had to do. That was just a bunch of phone clicky, crap that I had to do. Okay, go away. That's gonna become a big loopy mess. Alright. Alright, we're starting over with our little thingy here. Oh, I need to... Oops. Hold on a minute. So, I forgot to... I forget, how does this work? voice.google.com. Oh, I'm not logged in. I appear to very much not be logged in, I guess. So we're gonna do that. Can I click this, please? That one. Okay, I'm gonna have to password manager it up here. Matthew Smith says turtles. Alright. I guess we got turtles. Alright, let's log this thing in. Click. Hello? Can I... Okay, I apparently can't... I can't click the next button?
10,
9,
8, 7, 6,
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Alright, everyone, we're
Hi,
going
Ethan.
on now. Alright. Hello, everyone.
Greetings.
Yes, something like that. I'm gonna. We're gonna mute the screen reader for a second. While I. Whoa! While I take care of this, get rid of this stupid Windows. Can I click this button? No. No. Can I please press... No. Can I... Okay, I can click not now. Whoa, what is going on with...
Oh, your thing just buzzed.
Oh, things are breaking. Whoa. Okay, I don't know what just happened. Everything had a glitch fest for a second there. Yeah. You still there?
Yep, I'm still here.
Okay, good.
What are you screaming about?
Honestly, not too sure. At this point.
Oh.
Um,
I just woke up.
well, isn't that nice?
Yeah, it is.
Why is
Because-
your brother in your room? I thought you had your own room.
No, I do. I slept on the recliner, though.
Oh. Okay, either you're cutting out a little bit or my audio setup is too complicated and it's breaking.
You're crackling a little bit, not like a whole lot.
Not for me. That's really weird. Yeah. That might have to do with synchronous audio router. I'm not totally sure. But, anyway, Khalil's world said they exist, and that's crazy or something. So, that's nice, I guess. You know what, let me...
Yeah, existing is crazy, I agree.
Let me switch to my face, my lovely face here, so you can actually see me, or something. Let me open the... Let's, get some actual light in here, too, because you won't see much of anything if there's no light.
No way, really? I can't even see with light, that's odd.
Well, you know, that's not something I can really fix.
Me and Gabriel were up until like 2 a.m. on our ambioses.
Oh no.
Yeah, it was very interesting.
Interesting indeed. Khalil's World says, am I the only person who likes going to Best Buy and things like that and exploring different tech and how it feels and stuff? No, probably not.
If I had a chance to go to Best Buy, I'd probably do the same thing.
Yeah, I would probably as well.
What said tech did you feel?
Why is my... Yes, what did you, enjoy feeling. That sounded wrong.
I'm too tired to make a joke out of that.
Well, maybe you should wake up.
Well, maybe I should, but.
So, the music here, everyone, by the way, I believe, let me actually... So, the music we are currently listening to is the Stream Beats ambient stuff, which is very different from what I usually use. I usually use like their EDM or something, but this is very cool. It's like it's much more chill. This is more of a test than anything else, guys, because I had to change some stuff around with the setup too to get everything to work. Because things are no longer the same way they were the last time I did things. So I had to set up a new audio routing project in Reaper and change some stuff inside Synchronous Audio Router because I didn't want to constantly have to change my devices inside my apps and stuff. So now Synchronous Audio Router is just gonna enforce it every time, and every time it's running, it's just gonna make the apps go to the proper things, which is good because I'm lazy and I don't like switching output devices all the time. It's really annoying. And my phone apparently wants to talk, so yay for that. If anyone wants to call in, the phone number is in the description, and you may do so at your earliest convenience. Alright, I'm just gonna throw this window over there, because it's just in the way. Alright. Let's get some of this other excess. So,
Beep.
why are you beeping?
Because beep.
Because beep.
Yes.
I don't know about that. Also, you should have noise reduction on you, and I don't think it's working.
Is it not?
Oh, maybe it is.
Beepity. Beep, beep, beep.
It is working, I think.
Okay.
It is working. Let me... Yes, it's working. Yes, it's working.
My brother's playing some strange Fortnite game.
Ah, well, that's interesting. That's interesting.
Yeah, very.
So we're gonna switch to the screen view here. I'm gonna show you what I've been working on lately, guys, which is I'll show a visual display of it. Just oh,
Oh, Buzz.
whoa. That's not what came through on my end. My end, it just chopped out.
On my end, I heard Buzz.
I know, I
What
heard
the-
it echo back through your end. That's really weird. Ah, I hear myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't hear. Ah! Whoa! I don't know why that keeps happening. Hold on. Actually, I don't think I can really do anything. So, let me open this folder so that it's used. Oh my god. Oh, what? What is
Whoa,
happening?
What the?
Okay, opening VS Code made everything flip.
You went like,
I know. Did weird things. I don't know why that's happening. My guess is it has something to do with Clarity VX because it likes to make weird crap like that happen.
Did Cleo respond yet with what stuff he felt?
Did what?
Cleo respond with
No,
what
he did
things-
not. He has not yet told us what he was looking at a Best Buy.
Oh.
What were you looking at a Best Buy, Khalil?
Yeah. What did you enjoy feeling so much?
Okay, so this is... Alright, so... I...
Screen curtain disabled. Right reverse balance error dot type time. Data structure. Git time photo with git run back time disk go back audio. Even time. Blunderbuss 190. Left GUI time mapping.
I have been looking at,
GUI data floor time.
or working on,
Data types.
a game engine here. I won't be pointing everyone in the direction of the GitHub that this is hosted on, but it is public, and if you know me well enough, you'll know where to find it. But it's not done yet, and I don't particularly want to listen to a bunch of people gripe and complain that it doesn't have this or that or the other thing, because it's not done. And you're not even really supposed to use it yet. There's no documentation, or anything like that. However, I will show you what I've been doing with it lately, so we'll start with this. I've been working on... That was very rude. I've been working on making some custom data structures that Python does not have by default in it.
If we're supposed to hear your screen reader, we can't.
Yes, you can. You just can't hear it through Team Talk. So we have... Why does that keep happening? So, what we have here is a tree node, or not a tree node, we're looking at a doubly linked list. So we have a node class, and it has data, next, and prev, or previous. So that's basically the things stored in the list that actually store the data that is in the list, and also make it work the way it's supposed to. So we have an init function here of our linked list class. That takes one argument, one optional argument.
Argument?
Actually, it's not optional. I need to make it optional. Let me do that. There. Now it's optional. So, we have a head, tail, length. We have a head, tail, and length variable that gets initialized. The head and tail are just set to none by default. And the length is set to 0, because there shouldn't really be anything in here until you get to the for loop that goes through the tuple of items that you can have be automatically appended to the list. Then we have a get node with index. So you do get node, and then you do the index of the node in the list. And then we have a check, making sure that you aren't trying to provide an index that's less than 0 or out of the list's range. And then we simply return the head of the list if your index is 0. And if the index is the maximum length of the list, we just return the tail. Otherwise, we initialize a variable called current, and we initialize that to self.head. And then we do for I in range, index -1, index being the thing that you provide, the index that you want to, the index for the node you want to grab. And then in this for loop, we do current equals current.next. So, of course, head is always going to be one of the node classes, and those node classes always have a next variable, which you'll see how that gets used later, but we say current equals current.next, which is the next item in the list from whatever current is currently set to, which, as we know, at first is head, or the first item in the list. And then we say if not I equals index -1, continue, because we don't care about grabbing the item if it's not of the index that we actually specified. And then we just say return current.next. So once it reaches index -1, we just return the next thing, which would of course be index, or the item that you are looking for. So next we have an insert function. And in this insert function, it takes data and an index. So it takes some form of like data, a string or an object or whatever it may be. And it also takes an index for you to insert it at. And we just say if index is self.length, we self.append. That's actually messed up. I need to change that because you wouldn't want that to happen. You'd want it to go in there and move the other one ahead. Or if that isn't the case, we say node equals node data. So we create a new instance of the node class, and we give it the data you provided. And then we say if index is 0, and then we say if self.head is not none, node.next equals self.head. So the node that we just instantiated, its next property is now the head of the list. And then we say self.head.prev equals node. So the previous node on our head is this node that we have now instantiated. And then we say self.head equals node. So this is now the node we instantiated is our head, but our head is now the next thing in the list because it's this node's next. And then we just say self.length plus equals 1. And then we return. Otherwise, if that isn't the case, if it's not 0 and it isn't the length of the list, we just say current equals self.head. And we do for I in range, index -1. Again, index being what you provided. Current equals current.next. So again, we're moving through the list. We are just continuing if the index is not index -1 because we don't care. So then, what we're saying is node.next equals current.next because we're going to stick this node kind of into where the current node is. So the current's next needs to become this node's next. And then node.prev equals current. Current.next equals node. So now we've stuck the node in front of the current node, which is exactly what you would have provided because the current node is index -1, so it's the one right before the index you want. Then we say self.length plus equals 1. Then we have our append function. So then we say node equals node data because we know we need to just create a new node. We say if self.head is none, self.head equals node because if we're appending something but we don't have a head, e.g. the list is empty, we want to make the head be this node. If self.tail is not none, self.tail.next equals node. Node.prev equals self.tail. And then self.tail equals node. Because we're actually going to replace the end node with this new node we are creating because we are appending it directly to the end of the list. Then self.length plus equals 1. Just making the length bigger. Now we have an index function, which is searching the list for specific data and returning its index. So you say list.index, and then you say data, whatever data you're trying to find in the list. So we say current equals self.head. For I in range, self.length, because we're going to go through the whole list and check the whole list. Now, we could make this a little more efficient by checking if the tail and the head do contain data, the data we're looking for. And I may consider doing that. So I'm going to say if current.data equals data, return I. Because the current... If that is in fact our data, we're going to return that index, because that is where we found our data. We can also say current, and then after current, if current.data equals data, return I. We have current equals current.next, because if we didn't find the data, we need to move to the next item in the list and check. And then, of course, if we haven't returned anything and the loop is over, we raise a value error that just says this data is not in linked list. We have a remove function, which removes at a certain index. So you say list.remove and then you provide an index. We have a check to make sure you're not getting your index out of range. We say if index equals 0, self.head equals self.head.next, because if your index is 0, you're just getting rid of the head. So we just move the head forward once in the list, and Python's garbage collection will take care of the rest. We don't need to worry about clearing it up in memory. In other languages, we'd have to remove the object, but since this object will no longer be referenced, it will be removed automatically. Then we'll just return nothing, of course, because we don't want to perform the next set of actions if we got rid of the data. So we have current equals self.head. For I in range, index -1. You know the drill kind of by now, right? If not I equals index -1, continue, because we don't care. And we say current.next equals current.next.next. So if we've reached the index we're looking for, we want to get rid of the... if we've reached index -1, that means the next thing is the thing you wanted to get rid of. So we say the next of this current node, which is the one before the thing you wanted to get rid of, is the next of the next node, which is the thing the next node is the thing you wanted to get rid of. So we say its next is now the next of this node. Then we say current.next.prev equals current, Because again, we want this node that's in between that. Actually, that's broken. Current.next.prev equals current. So that's actually broken, I believe. Because we want to set current.next.next.prev to be this. So let's just fix. I don't know why my audio died there, but current.next.next.prev equals current. So now our current, or the next node, the node that is next in the list from the one you wanted to remove's previous node is going to be this node, because we want to remove that node that's in between. Let me say current equals current.next. We want to. Oh yeah, no, that's just. So that's just moving it along if we didn't in fact find what we're looking for. Actually, that needs to move up here. That needs to move before the if not I equals thing. We're going to say self.length minus equals 1, because of course we removed something, so the length is now minus 1. Then we have an str function, a dunder function, so underscore underscore str underscore underscore, so that we can print our linked list in a way that is visually makes sense and you can see. So we can just say if self.head equals none, we're just going to return a string containing left right bracket, because this list is empty if self.head is none. Otherwise, we're going to start by saying LLSTR equals left bracket and then self.head, because that's the first element, dot data, because we want to see the data. We don't just want to see a bunch of random node classes, because that doesn't really tell you anything if you're looking at it visually. We're going to say current equals self.head.next, because we actually want to start at the one after self.head this time, because that's already been put into our string. So then we say for I in range self.length minus 1. Let me say LLSTR plus equals F, comma, L brace, current dot data. So we're adding the data of the current thing to the string. Let me say current equals current dot next, so we're moving it along. And then once those are all done, we say LLSTR plus equals self.tail.data. Let right bracket. And I actually forgot to put a comma in front of that. So we do that. And there we go. And then we return LLSTR, which means if we print this list, it is going to look like a regular Python list visually. Of course it isn't. It's a linked list. But that is what it looks like. I also have a singly linked list, which I'm now realizing has a couple of broken pieces of code, because this is based off of that, and this has a couple of broken things. So we just fixed those little errors there. And that's one of the things I've been working on. Now, there's a lot of data types in here that I've been working on, and I'm not going to explain them all, because it would take far too long. But I will go ahead and I will explain the tree. I will explain the general tree, not the binary tree, because that's a little more complicated. The heck? So, this tree, we have a tree node class. And in fact, there is no tree class. There is only a tree node class. Because this is just based off of that. So our tree node class has an initialization function, an init function, that takes a data argument, a level argument, which is optional because it's set to 0 by default, and then a parent parameter, which can either be a tree node class or none. It is by default none because if you're just instantiating your first node of a tree, you don't care about a parent because it doesn't have one. So then we have self.data equals data, self.level equals level, and then parent self.parent equals parent. So those things are being assigned as instance variables. And then we have an instance variable called children, and that is being assigned to our class. Goodbye. Then we have add child. This is a function to add another node to our tree. And then we say, so then we have to provide a tree node. So this function is if you have already created a tree node and you want to add it to the tree. So we say child.level, child is the thing you provided, equals self.level plus 1, and then child.parent equals self. Then we say self.children.append child. That's our add child. We have a remove child. We say self.children.remove child. Child.parent equals none. Child.clear children. The reason we're saying child.clear children is because when you remove a child, we assume that it is no longer part of this tree. Therefore, any children that it was assigned as part of this tree should also be removed. And then we have our clear children function. We say for child and self.children. And then we say if child.children, child.clear children, which will then of course cause a recursive function to happen, where if those children, if this child that we are clearing the children on has children, those children will be cleared from this child, but the children of those children will also be cleared, and the children of those children will also be cleared. And it will continue recursively until all the children have been cleared. And then we say, and then outside the for loop we have self.children.clear, because we're just clearing out the children list. And of course, as I said, that will recursively happen with all of the children in that list first. Okay, now we have add children, so we can add multiple children. So then we say for child and children to add, which is the thing that is the variable that this function, or the parameter that this function takes, and that is that is tree node, but it's got a star in front of it. So you just say add children, and then you say like left paren, child 1, comma, child 2, child 3, child 4, so on and so forth. So then we say for child and children to add, self.add child, child. So we just give it we just go back to our add child function, and we add each of these children that you're providing to the add children function. And then we have add data. And this takes data in. Then we have, simply says self.children.append tree node data, and then it takes the parameter data that you provided. And it says level equals self.level plus 1. Parent equals self. So this is where it's useful to be able to provide parameters directly to the init function of the child. We're going to say get root node. And we say if self.parent is not none, return self.parent.get root node, because we are trying to... We are getting... If this node has a parent, it is not the root node, so we're going to direct to that parent and get the root node from the parent. And if that parent has a root node, or if that parent has a parent, then obviously that parent is not the root node. So we continue going recursively until we reach something that doesn't have a parent. And whatever that thing is, if that doesn't have a parent, that must be the root node. So that returns itself once we reach that. And it says here, return self, because, yeah, that's what would happen. Then we have a str function here to print our tree. Now this is very different from the list function, because this tree has levels. So we say tstr equals quote quote. So then we say tstr plus equals f left brace self.get root node left parent right parent dot data. So we do that on purpose because if we're trying to print the tree from something that is not the root node, we want to print the whole tree. We don't just want to print part of the tree. So we start with the root node. And then we say tstr plus equals self.get root node dot underscore get children str. So that's a private method to the class. You're not supposed to call that yourself. This is just internal, an internal method. And we say return tstr. And we come to that get children str function. Say cstr equals tick tick. I don't know why I am not using quotes there because I used it before. And then we say for child and self.children. Spaces equals star child dot. Sorry. The cool thing about Python is you can multiply strings. So we have spaces equals tick, single quote, space, single quote, or tick, and we say star child dot level, star 2, because for every level we want 2 more indentations. And we say cstr plus equals left brace spaces, right brace, sorry, plus equals f, so it's an f string. We have left brace, spaces, right brace, and then we have left brace, child.data, right brace. Let me do a new line because we want multiple lines. And we say if not child.children, we just continue. Otherwise, we say for child and children. cstr plus equals child, or c, sorry, because it's for c in child.children. Dot underscore get children str. So we're performing that same function on the children, and again this will be recursive, so all of the children of those children will be grabbed and added to our child str. And then that's it. We should be returning. So we didn't actually have our line there to do that, but I put that there now. So we are now returning cstr, so that actually gets used. So that's some of what I've been working on lately. There's some other stuff in here. We have a binary tree and a singly linked list, but I'm not going to go over those. No point.
Mapping time audio time commands audio time 8 point.
But there's going to be a lot of components to this engine, and it's hopefully going to get people to actually program their games in Python in the way that you really should. That you should structure it.
Electrons terminal like stream chat icon for a voice to call whenever my streams to the electrons terminal term. Folder view list the stream voice elect my streams to the electrons voice my stream terminal icon terminal on data type.
Another cool thing that I found out recently to play with. Let me just open a new terminal tab here so I don't mess with anything that I'm doing in there. So we're gonna open up a PowerShell here. So we're currently using a lot of memory. What are we using? We are using 11 gigs of RAM, so my terminal prompt currently tells me that
left me right bottom vertical small decrease my mem 12 db slash my mem s top vertical small bottom vertical small bottom vertical
why is it doing that?
my mem 11 caps lock off my mem 11 caps lock off my mem 11 db bottom vertical small decrease
Why is it
electron terminal PowerShell 7 my mem bottom my mem 11 db r bracket space v I a m 1 e I b slash 1 e I b space.
So using 11 gigabytes out of 15, using 30 out of 48 in the page file. So this is a cool terminal prompt. I wish I wasn't using so much memory because right here. We'll just use this other terminal because it's not showing. So let me just CD into... Oh, now it's... Okay, now it's giving me that information. So my terminal prompt is now using the Starship prompt, which is a very, very powerful prompt that allows you to show a lot of information. I'm going to SSH into... I'm just going to SSH into a remote machine here so you can see it in a little bit better light. So we have my name, my username, we have a %, which is indicating that I'm SSH'd in to something. So it's indicating that I'm not local right now. Then we have the name of the machine. And we have the shell, which is ZSH. So if I CD, let me CD into a directory so that this changes a little bit. Let's just CD into configs. So this changed a little bit. Now it says on master because it's detected that I'm using Git. Because this is a Git repository. If I do an ls-a, nope, that is not what I want to do. If I do an ls-a, here, we'll do a -a1. See, we have a .gitignore and a .git directory. So it says on master. It's telling me that I'm on the master branch. And it says all that stuff as before, Ethan at... blah blah blah, you know, my name at the host name of the machine, configs, because now I'm in the configs directory. And then I have a space, and then ZSH, and then space, and then a $sign to indicate the prompt. So it's still using ZSH, of course. If I type bash, now it says BSH for bash. So it's telling me I'm using the bash shell. I'm gonna exit that. And now it says on master took 8s because the bash command took 8 seconds to execute because I was in the shell for 8 seconds. I am going to just clear the screen,
On master Ethan at percent Duncan
which will get rid of that, letting me know how long the command took,
Start off a guest panel.
because we don't care. But
On master Ethan.
this is some of the cool stuff. Now, it does a lot more than this. If I go back to the other window,
I'm 11 BB slash 15 BB.
of course it's still telling me how much memory I'm using, but if I CD, and I'm gonna start typing S:, and it's gonna do some auto prediction stuff, so I can press the right arrow, and now look what I have.
Slash 15 BB 30 BB slash 48 BB Ethan at Dingle. PSH $CBS. Coding electrolytes electron. Space.
I now have the thing I was trying to go to, which is, it's got exactly what I want, so
On data type syntax V0.1.0 by IB 3.1.5 Ethan at Dingle. Colon electron. PSH $.
so now we have a whole bunch of information here. So let's break this down.
On data type syntax V0.
So we have on data types, that's the branch that I'm on of the repository,
On data type syntax V0.1.0 by IB.
and it says is pack v0.1.0, so that's the package module, because I'm using poetry and that's the current version of the package, because this package hasn't even been released, so I just left it at 0.1.0 for now.
On data type syntax V0.1.0 by IB 3.11.5 Ethan at.
And it says via Pi v3.11.5,
Matthews task chat.
telling me that the Python version I'm using is version 3.11.5.
It's 11:55.
Now, I'm not using the virtual environment right now, but if I do a //
CAC user Ethan command dot.
oops, //
End scripts activate. Space.
and of course it predicted again, end scripts activate,
On data type syntax V0.1.0 by IB 3.11.5 M Ethan at Dingle. Colon electron. PSH $.
now it says via Pi blah 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 env electrode blah blah blah, so it's telling me that I'm now using the env virtual environment because that's the name of the virtual environment. There isn't a different name now. I don't think that it's actually telling me the correct version of Python anymore.
Python. Python 3.11.5 on data.
Okay, yes, it is. It is telling me the correct version. So let's have a look at
Electrons with string chat icon. Electron string with voice to count by string to video mic terminal icon 1 and 5.
the
Turn on data type.
Starship config file.
Not M3 space. Not M3. The term not M3 is not. Note M3. The term note M3.
Okay, that's not gonna work. Let's just do this. Let's go to
Not land. Select. Text desktop list. Everything checkbox check. Explorer superscript to links and names. Not get links not config.
let's go to my configs repository in the main branch.
Type starship dot.
Let's open up starship.toml. That
Explorer super.
don't want that in Visual Studio Code. I want to open this
Open send open M to favorite set. Note visuals. Note M3
And
Explorer
Notepad
super.
3.
Note M3 edit. M line equal format equal M line equal land.
So here's my Starship config file. This config file is very lengthy. You can grab it by going to github.com/blindelectron/config and using the main branch. It's in there and the .config directory. I do have a separate ssconfig repository, but it's not as updated, so I do recommend grabbing it from here. Also, if you're running Daniel Nash's Genix and you don't care about it being as updated because that does use the ssconfig repository, you can do a sudo pacman-s electron-starship-config, and that will install it for you. Actually, I believe it comes pre-installed, so if you just install Starship, you'll automatically be using it.
M line equals false.
So, first things we have is add new line equals false, because we don't want a new line right before our prompt. That's just an accessibility thing. It gets in the way of screen readers and does not so good things.
Format equals $all $username $hostname $directory $status $shell $character.
So then we have format equals $all, which is just a thing that contains all the other Starship information, so all of its automatic stuff, unless I wanted to manually add all of this to the format string, but that's a lot of work, and I don't really want to do that.
Dollar USERNAME dollar
So then we have dollar username,
HOSTNAME dollar
dollar hostname,
DIRECTORY dollar
dollar directory,
STATUS dollar
dollar status, which is the status code of a command, which I didn't show you, but if a command fails, it will show the status code.
Explorer terminal icon free upturn on data type syntax V0.
So
Normal cursor default term BB Ethernet
if I go here and I try to CD into,
CD
let's just try to CD into ding dong.
ding dong space CD colon 6 no such file or directory ding dong Ethernet percent something diddly yanking m 1 ZSH greater
Now it says 1 ZSH greater. That's the exit code.
space
Because it was an error.
SD space 1 space 1 space ZSH space
And the prompt, you may have noticed, changed to a greater sign instead of a dollar sign, meaning the last command was an error. Something went wrong.
it's 12003
So that is
202.
right Mackenzie
hello to Ruben202. I believe is what that username was. I didn't quite catch it.
Ethernet percent
But that is the
Starship
exit code thing.
Starship dollar equals dollar all dollar username dollar hostname dollar directory dollar status dollar shell dollar character
We have dollar shell, which is the thing that shows like PSH, BSH, ZSH, whatever, depending on the shell I'm using. And then we have dollar character, which is the character at the end that indicates the prompt.
202. Yeah, that's my username.
Ruben202 says, yes, that's my username. Okay.
character
Okay, so then we have the config for various modules. So we'll go through the ones that are important because there's a bunch of them that I just configured to change the symbol because the symbol is not accessible by default. A lot of these are like Unicode symbols and things by default in the Starship prompt, so I changed them because they will work with NVDA, but certain other things won't work too well and yeah, just break.
success symbol equals dollar bold green
So we have success symbol equals dollar, and it's in bold green color.
error symbol equals greater bold red
And then if it's an error symbol, it's the greater than sign and it's in bold red.
blank
So that's our character module.
hostname SSH only equals false
So then we have our host name, and we say SSH only equals false, because by default that's true, and then your host name will not show unless you're SSHing into another machine. I want it to always show.
SSH symbol equals percent
SSH symbol equals percent, so that's the thing that was putting a percent sign when I was jumping into the SSH terminal for that other machine.
format equals dollar SSH symbol dollar hostname dollar style
Then we have format equals dollar $SSH symbol, dollar hostname, dollar style, which of course puts the SSH symbol in front of the hostname if you're indeed SSH'd.
blank line break
And we have the line break module config,
disabled equals true blank
and we just say disabled equals true because we don't want a line break in the middle of our prompt. It's not very accessible and it's really annoying.
status
So we have status.
disabled equals false
We set disabled to be false because by default the status module is disabled. But we don't want it to be disabled. We want to show the status code.
format equals dollar status dollar style
We say format equals dollar status, dollar style, so it just shows the status code with the style that is default in Starship.
blank username blank format equals
So
blank
that's it for that one.
username
We have a username,
format equals dollar user dollar style at
and we have dollar user, dollar style,
blank at Arthur
at,
Cowell's
which is
World.
just an at symbol.
Haven't heard that name in ages.
Khalil's World haven't heard that name in ages. What name? I don't know what he's referring to.
use format equals dollar user dollar style at
We have an at sign at the end, which is what, of course, put that there, because we wanted it to say at the computer name, so that it would have some separation and wouldn't just say, like, Ethernet Ethan Dingdell as, like, one word or something. Be very weird.
show always equals true
We say show always equals true, which we do want to do because otherwise it will only show if it's not, if you're not on the user that you're logged in as. So if you're like root or something, it'll show.
on symbol equals on blank Azure symbol blank buff symbol blank one symbol blank Python symbol blank show all blank Tobo. Blank.
Now, there's a bunch of these that I'm just setting the symbol for.
Symbol equals pipe. Left Tobo. Symbol equals Tobo. Left conduct. Symbol equals conduct. Left container. Sim blank. Symbol equals conduct. Blank crystal. Sim blank. Simate. Sim blank app. Sim blank art. Symbol blank denote. Sim blank doctor. Sim blank
Cow's
elixir.
World. The last person who just posted in the chat.
Blank.
Last person who just posted in the chat. Okay, well, that's nice to know, I guess.
Elixir. Symbol blank L. Sim blank Erlang. Sim blank Handle. Sim blank Cloud. Sim blank Olang. Sim blank Xchat. Sim blank Rainbow. Sim blank Haskell. Sim blank Axe. Sim blank L. Sim blank Java. Sim blank Julia. Sim blank Kotlin. Sim blank Kubernetes. Sim blank. Disabled equals Sim Kubernetes.
Okay, here's where it's a little different. Kubernetes.
Symbol equals K3.
We're setting the symbol to be K3S, because by default it is, again, not an accessible symbol.
Disabled equals false.
And then we're enabling it. We're setting disabled to false.
Blank Lua. Sim blank me. Sim blank lim. Sim blank Xchat. Sim blank open. Sim blank archive. Sim blank open. Sim blank open. Sim blank package. Sim blank Perl. Blank sim pack. Symbol equals pack. Blank Perl. Sim blank PHP. Sim blank Yolu. Sim blank Pure. Sim blank Erlang. Sim blank Raku. Sim blank Red. Sim blank Ruby. Sim blank Rust. Sim blank Scala. Sim blank SHL. Sim blank Swift. Sim blank Terraform. Sim blank Vagrant. Sim blank Zig. Sim blank Job. Sim blank Memory. This symbol equals this blank symbol equals Job. Blank memory usage.
Alright, here was where we come to something I changed a bit.
Disabled equals false.
So we turn disabled off.
Symbol equals mem.
Symbol equals mem, because by default it's some weird symbol that, yeah, not accessible.
Blank battery. Blank symbol disable memory usage. Disable symbol blank battery.
And then we have battery.
Full symbol equals
Full symbol
blank
equals
tick space equals space tick tick blank.
nothing, so we're not going to show anything. So the battery module will basically only show if it's under a certain threshold, which I believe by default is 20% or something.
Charging symbol equals plus.
Charging symbol equals plus.
202.
Blank tick space plus tick space tick
Unfortunately,
plus
I
space
have
tick.
to go now as I'm just about to do a few hours on MSFS with a couple guys.
Ruben202 says, unfortunately I have to go now because unfortunately a couple hours I have to do something SFS. I'm not sure what the end of that message was.
Full charging symbol equals plus.
Alright, well, see you later, man.
Full charging symbol equals plus.
Charging symbol equals plus, so if the thing is plugged in, but it's still under the percentage that you have set, it will show that.
Discharging symbol equals
Discharging symbol
blank tick space tick dash.
equals minus,
Unknown symbol equals
and
blank
unknown
tick space
symbol
question.
equals question mark.
Empty symbol equals
Empty
blank
symbol
tick space blank.
equals exclamation mark. I don't know how you're still using your computer if your battery's empty, but whatever.
Format equals the dollar symbol dollar percentage dollar style.
And then format
FORMAT T space E space tick B space
equals B,
A T space L bracket
and then at, the word at,
$SYMBOL dollar
dollar symbol,
dollar tick dollar symbol dollar percentage
dollar
style
percentage, dollar style.
blank.
And there you go.
Battery dot display threshold equals 50.
Okay, battery.display threshold equals 15. So I have the threshold in this config file set to 15 to show your battery.
Blank directory.
Directory. Okay, so we configured the directory module a little bit because the default
Ruben
config is not what
202.
we want.
MSFS Microsoft Flight Simulator. Sorry about that garbled message. Damn you braille screen input.
MSFS, Microsoft
Cover
something
Bravo.
flight simulator. Sorry about that garbled message. Damn you braille screen input, says Ruben202. Okay, cool.
Blank directory. Read only equals R.
So we say read only equals R.
Blank tick R tick space.
So it'll show an R if the directory is read only.
Blank shell blank shell disabled equals false.
And then we come to the shell thing, which we say disabled equals false because we don't want it to be disabled.
Blank 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 blank.
And that is the Starship config file.
Terminal PowerShell 7 on data type syntax V0 Explorer soup F 2 sign end screen curtain enabled. Terminal electron stream with stream chat icon forums electron stream in team talk define folder
Oopsie. Quick want to do that.
electron folder streaming logging modified reader v6 OBS 31 audit sources window list scene
Alright, so that's kind of some stuff I've been working on. I might end this off here soon, unless somebody wants to call in or something, or join Discord. If anyone wants to talk to me, now's your chance. Give me a go ahead and call the number in the description, or join the Discord stage channel. The link is in the description to join the Discord server if you're not already part of it. I gotta say, this music is really cool. I really like this music that I chose to use this time. Sorry, my tweeze cake is going off at the moment. Actually, wait, no, you can't hear that anymore. I'm being silly. I forgot. I'm on my video face thing, so you can't hear that. Video face thing. Yes. That is what we're calling it now, apparently. But it does appear that no one wishes to speak with me today. So I will be going away. Where's the... No, good. So, everybody who tuned in, thank you. Those who didn't, still thank you for being a subscriber. If you're watching this and you are in fact a subscriber. Otherwise, go to the subscribe button down below. It's just a simple click for you, but it really helps out. Get the promotion and get the channel pushed further. So, thank you very much. See you later, everyone. Peace out.